Good afternoon, children. Namaste to all of you. How are you doing? Very, very warm welcome to the session, children. And today we are going to be discussing the chapter, The Fundamental Unit of Life, which is part of CBSE 9 syllabus in one shot, the entire chapter in one shot. Right, children? Okay. Okay. Naman seems to have learnt a lot of Malayalam. Ma'am Sugamano, Ningalku Sugamano, Sugamanen Vishwasikino. It has to be. Yeah, I think there is a lot of typo, but never mind. I'm so glad you have given it a shot. Thank you so much, Naman. Yeah, how are you doing? Good evening, children. Good evening, Mukund, Sneha, Shreyas, Aryan, Soham, Shail, and Sharan. Okay. Akanksha, good evening. Yes. So tell me, guys, what is happening in your lives? Obviously, I understood that, Naman. These days, everyone would know that. I mean, thanks to Google Translate, I think it's quite obvious. Yes, I did eat. Thank you, Mukund. Please speak in Malayalam. I think I read out whatever Naman had typed out in Malayalam itself. സുഖമാണോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സുഖമാണെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. That is what Naman asked me. You wanted to wish me in Malayalam. Thank you so much, Naman. Okay. Hi, Anita. Hi, Aditya. Hi, Lakshmi. I'm good. Okay. So, just in case there's anyone here for the very first time in my live session, here is an introduction about myself. My name is Ambika, and I am the biology master teacher right here on this super amazing platform of Vedantu. Okay, children. So, just in case there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed to our channel yet, children, let me remind you this is a channel where you would find not just sessions happening related to your syllabus and related to serious matters. This is a channel where there is a lot of fun and a lot of inspiring and motivational and a lot of useful stuff that you would find as a teenager. So, just in case you've not subscribed, click on the subscribe button right away, okay? Because I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss out on any of those updates. Yes, thank you, Dimple. Okay, good evening, Nandini. All right. Hi, Anjali. Today is not Menti, one shot series. Generally, we don't have Menti sessions. Okay, children? Right. But anyway, let us get started. But before we move on, I want everyone to give me a quick high five and then we can move on. Love from Kochi. Thank you, Arjun. From my hometown to my hometown itself. Yes, Lakshmi. I did. High five, Raghu. Shami, high five, children. Yes, so good to see that high energy. And there we go. And moving on with a positive quote, live for the moments you can't put into words. Yes, that's super duper important. Okay, so moving ahead with that much of positivity in mind, we know that the cell is the basic building block of all living organisms. Right, children? Yes. How many CBSE 9 children are here? Hello, Simran. How many CBSE 9 children here? How nice to hear that, Mukund. Me. Okay. Seriously? So many of you. Suvarna, Mantu, Yashas, Raghu, Dipanshu. No, Dipanshu doesn't say. Okay, Sheetal and a lot of others. Vilas. Okay. Yes, guys. So all of you guys pay a little bit of extra attention. Even if there is anyone here from a different board or a different grade, that doesn't matter. You guys know very well, right? And usually in my sessions, I love having children beyond any kind of barriers, beyond any board barriers, beyond any grade barriers. Right. So, a very, very warm welcome. Even if you are a NEET aspirant, this chapter is definitely going to form a basis of your understanding of a lot of other concepts in your NEET syllabus. Right, children? Okay, so let's move on. Cell theory, of course. What does it state? These are the 6 different postulates of the cell theory. All living organisms are made of cells. Cells are the basic unit of life. Cells arise from pre-existing cells, and then 3 more additional points. Hereditary information is passed on from parent cells to daughter cells. Okay, बिल्कुल विवेक, absolutely. हिंदी में भी बोल सकती हूँ, but then this is an English channel anyway, so I do not generally teach in Hindi, right? Okay. All cells have the basic chemical composition, have pretty much the same basic chemical composition, and energy flow occurs within cells. All of these are the different postulates of what we call the cell theory, right, children? Yes. So Schleiden and Schwann are famous for this mainly. It is Schleiden, Schwann, and Virchow, and of course Robert Hooke also. Remember, children, if you get a question, who is responsible for the discovery of cells? What would your answer be? Yes, if it's going to be anyone on this list, or if it's going to be anyone outside this list, tell me the name. Discovery of cells. Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, everyone. RNA is ribonucleic acid. Okay, so now tell me, who discovered or who observed the first living cell? What is your answer to that? Is it same as Robert Hooke or is it someone else? Yes, Neha, Leeuwenhoek. Very well said. Leeuwenhoek for, I hope you gave me that answer for the second question I asked. Anton van Leeuwenhoek, if it's for the discovery of a living cell. Very well said. So, Robert Hooke, Schleiden, Schwann, Rudolf Virchow collectively independently worked on different aspects and different organisms related to cells and came up with everything that we collectively call the cell theory today. Now, children, as far as your exams are concerned, you must know about the difference between a plant cell and an animal cell very, very clearly. Of course, you must know that organisms can either be unicellular or multicellular to get started with. Children who here can tell me an example for an organism that is a unicellular eukaryote. Unicellular eukaryote. Yes. You can call them sun cells if you want, Suvarna. Most welcome to call them sun cells, but nobody is going to accept it because most commonly it is said mother cell and daughter cell. Amoeba, very well said. Yes, amoeba. No, not bacteria. Bacteria would be an example for prokaryotic cells. Amoeba, paramecium, all of those protozoans that you can think of, plasmodium, yes, absolutely. They are all examples for unicellular eukaryotes, okay? Whereas plants and animals, including humans like all of us, what are we? We are multicellular eukaryotes, okay, children? Yes. So here we move on. These are the different parts of a plant cell. As you can see, of course, in most eukaryotic cells, typically most of these parts would be present: the chloroplast, the vacuole, the mitochondrion, the peroxisome, cytoplasm, Golgi vesicles, and a lot more. But what is specific to a plant cell is something very important. There are certain unique characteristics to a plant cell. Tell me, children, name any two parts which are found in plant cells but not in animal cells. Yes, who here can tell me that? Cell wall, big vacuoles. That was really quick, Mukund. Yes, cell wall and big vacuoles. Very well said. Any other parts? Plastids, absolutely, Yash. Plastids also, yes. Cell wall, plastids, huge vacuole are all things that we would find in plant cells but not in animal cells. In an animal cell, you would find all the other parts. You wouldn't find a cell wall. You wouldn't find any kinds of plastids, of course. You wouldn't find a huge vacuole, but rather you would see tiny, very, very small vacuoles like these. Okay, right. So let us now move on and look at the different parts of a cell. Remember, children, now, okay. Hi, Abhinandan. Good afternoon. Hi, Adya. Okay, children, now I want you to go back to the analogy. What is the analogy? What do we keep comparing the cell to? Can somebody tell me here who has been attending my previous sessions? What do we compare a cell to? As in the different parts of a cell. Every time I keep telling you that every time it's easiest to learn it in the form of a dash. Factory, yes, Kirti. City also, but normally in my sessions, I don't say city. Bricks, okay, but then in a brick, it's difficult to think of the different parts. Factory is, in my opinion, the easiest. Or even any corporate office or a shopping mall. One of these three, in my opinion, is the easiest. Okay, children? So, Starting with the cell membrane. Cell membrane is something that we find in every living cell. Name three major parts which are found in all living cells. Tell me very, 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 very quickly. Menti quiz nahi hai, unfortunately, Vivek. It's a one-shot series. So here we don't have a Menti quiz. But we will keep interacting this way. I will keep asking you guys questions. You guys will have to answer me. And I will be calling out the names of everyone who tells me the answer fastest and with full of josh. Cell membrane, cytoplasm, very well said. Nucleus, yes, Yash. Absolutely. So cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus are three parts which we find in every typical eukaryotic cell. Correct? Yes, Neha. So cell membrane can be compared to the security check gate at a factory. Okay, security check gate. Outside there is a major common gate through which everyone can pass. I'm not talking about that. Once a visitor into the factory has crossed that particular main gate, there is a security check gate wherein without an ID card or without a valid document, they wouldn't allow you to come inside. This is why we say the cell membrane, also called the plasma membrane, is, yes, what do we say? It doesn't allow anything and everything to pass through it. What do we call it? Yes, children. Absolutely. Nobody's going to tell me this. A cell membrane is dash selectively permeable. Yes, Yash. Or semi-permeable. Absolutely. Some names, by the time I read it, it's just crawling up. Okay. Komal, yes, semi-permeable or selectively permeable. Yes, exactly. So it doesn't allow anything and everything to pass through it. This is the main feature of the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. And remember, structurally, it's made up of lipoproteins, okay? A mix of proteins and lipids and a little bit of hydrocarbons as well. Okay, children? Yes. Then what does it do? Of course, it separates the contents of the cell from its surroundings. It regulates the entry and exit, mainly the entry of certain solutes and ions into the cell, and it helps in maintaining the shape of animal cells. Okay, children? Yes, absolutely. So that is our security check gate. Now coming to the cell wall. What is the cell wall comparable to? Cell wall can be compared to the main outside gate through which everyone can pass. Okay. So outside is the cell wall, this portion. Okay. Let me just draw that here for you. This is the cell wall. And inner to that, you have the cell membrane. This is the cell wall. And inner to that is the cell membrane. Okay. So the cell wall is, of course, a non-living layer. You must know that. Yes, absolutely, Swayam. It is freely permeable. So there is nobody to restrict you. Anyone and everyone can just come in and go out through the cell wall, the main gate of the factory. Now, when it comes to the plant cells and when it comes to the bacterial and fungal cells, cell wall gives shape and rigidity to the cells. Whereas in animal cells, we don't have a cell wall, right? So yes, it is freely permeable and it provides protection. Remember, children, it is freely permeable. Mainly in a plant cell, the cell wall is composed of a substance called cellulose. Okay, children? Hydra is a eukaryote, Naman. Hydra is an animal, so it is a eukaryote. Okay, it belongs to kingdom Animalia. All animals are eukaryotes. Okay, right. Only monerans, in which bacteria come, they come under prokaryotes. Right, children? Okay. Right. Now coming to cytoplasm. Remember I told you cytoplasm. Now you have crossed the main gate, which is the cell wall, and then you passed through the security check, which is the cell membrane, and you have now entered into the factory. Inside the factory, the floor of the factory, yes, it is very, very special. We call it the cytoplasm. Okay. So everything inside the cell membrane except the nucleus is called the cytoplasm. Nucleus is comparable to the CEO's office. The CEO is very, very special. The CEO is a VIP. So yes, the CEO deserves a special kind of carpeted flooring and all of that. So inside the nucleus, we don't call it the cytoplasm, but outside the nucleus and basically everything in this area between the plasma membrane and the nucleus, exactly, jelly fluid. Yes. So What does it contain? It contains a mixture of water and soluble and inorganic, organic and inorganic components, and a lot of cell organelles. All the cell organelles we know lie embedded in the cytoplasm. Compare the different organelles to the different departments inside a factory. Okay, children? Yes, and then come to this, the chief functions. Of course, the different organelles perform different functions. Then all the metabolic activities occur in it, in the cytoplasm. Think of one example of, if there is any CBSE class 10 children, I want to ask you a question here. In the chapter Life Processes, in respiration, there is something very important that I have told you happens in the cytoplasm. Tell me bang on the point. What is that? Something in respiration that occurs in the cytoplasm. Be very quick. Yes. Glucose. Glucose. No. Yes, yes, yes. Diffusion. No. Oh my goodness, my CBSE class 10 students, I will have to have a special class for you to explain this. Production of pyruvic acid. Look at that. My 8th grader, Akanksha Sharma here, has told me the answer is production of pyruvic acid. Absolutely. Inside the cytoplasm, conversion of glucose to pyruvate occurs. Very well said, Akanksha. Very proud of you. Yes, of course. So production of pyruvic acid, it's even there on the slide here. That is exactly what I wanted you to say, and nobody even noticed that. So yes, in anaerobic respiration and in aerobic respiration, actually, I will write here in aerobic respiration as well. Okay. Yes. This step of conversion to pyruvate occurs in the cytoplasm. Now coming to the nucleus. Why is nucleus called the control center? Nucleus is the CEO's office, as I have told you. It's a large cell organelle. We call it the control center because the CEO decides everything for the factory. Right, children? Yes. So we can say that it's pretty much spherical and dense, and it's got a special membrane around it, which is called the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane has got tiny pores in it, allowing substances to enter and leave. Okay. One very, very important component of the nucleus is the CEO himself, which is the DNA. We can say the DNA, or the genetic material, is the CEO itself, CEO himself or herself. Nucleus is the CEO's office, the entire office of the CEO. Okay. Now, what does the nucleus do? Nucleus, from the CEO's office, these functions are regulated. Right, children? Regulates all the cell functions. If the nucleus is removed, usually the cell dies. Children, here I want to ask you one question. Tell me one cell in your body which functions best without a nucleus. Very quickly, let me see who's going to come up with the answer first. Yes. RBC, very well said, Sneha. Yes, absolutely. Vilas, what is aerobic? Aerobic is the kind of respiration which happens in the presence of oxygen. Very well said. Sneha told me the answer first for this question. RBC is enucleated. It functions best without a nucleus. Okay. This is because it needs to maximize space for oxygen transport. Right, children? So this is why most cells do have a nucleus, but RBC, because it functions best in the absence of a nucleus, it's devoid of certain organelles, including the nucleus. But otherwise, normally in any other cell of the body, in most other cells of the body, if the nucleus is removed, the cell dies off. Right, children? Okay. So let's now move ahead to the nucleolus. Nucleolus is inside the nucleus. Okay. Inside the nucleus, like one control center of the nucleus itself. Maybe you can compare it to the computer in the CEO's office. Okay. Like the main part inside the CEO's office. Nucleolus, as we call it, it produces ribosomes. That is its main function. Nucleolus produces ribosomes, and because it produces ribosomes, it is said to be involved in protein synthesis because it forms and stores RNA. It dictates the ribosomes to synthesize proteins. Ribosomes are the main site of protein synthesis inside your cells. Okay, children? Thank you, Sam. Yes, RNA. Yes, Sachin. RNA is ribonucleic acid. It is very similar to DNA. The main genetic material in most living organisms is DNA. But then in some living organisms, like in the case of viruses and all of those, RNA is the main genetic material. But then when it comes to our body, DNA and RNA are involved. Major genetic material is stored in the form of DNA, which gets copied in the form of RNA, and from there it gets translated. Translated is the term that we use to convert that into protein. You will understand this more about this in your 12th standard if at all you are a NEET aspirant. Okay? Right. And moving ahead now about the chromatin fibers. Of course, chromatin fibers are those, look at this, the thread-like structures that you see inside the nucleus. Yes, it is biochemically made up of DNA threads, and it carries the genes which are carriers of hereditary information, chromatin fibers. So what is the difference between chromosomes and chromatin fibers? Chromosomes are the organized structures that you see like this. The chromatin condenses to form chromosomes when it comes to cell division time. Okay, children? Yes. Diagram series, definitely we'll do. Please do post a comment in the comment section below so that we don't miss out on that. Okay, children? Right. So children, let's take a very quick break before we move ahead. And now you have the opportunity of gaining 100% knowledge and score 100% marks. Many of you, my regular children here, would know what I'm talking about. Vedantu Pro subscription is going to be your best friend when it comes to your preparations for your final exams. Right, children? Anyone here who is not aware of this, here are the details of those. Because in Vedantu Pro subscription, through our sessions, unlimited live classes with fun and high-level quizzes keep happening, and you get to compete with students across the country, across the world. So I personally think that kind of competition, healthy competition, is very important, and it helps you identify your strengths and weaknesses and come out as a better person. But of course, the underlining point here is that you must take it in the right sense. You must take it in the right spirits. Right, children? You must use it in the right kind of manner. And yes, of course, just in case you miss out on any session when it's happening live, for example, at the same time, it's quite possible that different teacher sessions could be happening live. Like, for example, Harsh sir's session might be happening at the same time, Anubha ma'am, Abhishek sir, Anup sir, my sessions, or Gopal sir's sessions, many different sessions might be happening live at the same time. So just in case you miss out on any of those and you wanted to watch it, you wanted to attend it live, not to worry at all. Replay is the solution to that, because the replay is not just any recorded thing. The replay would still have the quizzes and leaderboards happening live for you, which means you can still consider it as an interactive session, right, children? So, of course, after every session, you also get to download the handwritten notes of your master teachers as well, which is definitely very, very valuable. And in-class doubt solving, unlimited doubt solving with quality tests and assignments, which will help you improve on your weak areas. Right, children? Because class teachers and master teachers are going to be working together with you to help answer all your doubts. Now, children, remember, for those of you who are registered with Vedantu Pro, you get free access to 5,000 plus micro courses that we have. So what are micro courses? Micro courses are chapter level courses, topic level courses that we have to help you strengthen your specific difficult subjects or difficult chapters or difficult topics then and there. Right, children? Because right now it's already month of December, and you might not want to enroll in a long-term batch. Micro courses are just the thing for you because it acts like a fast-track course to help you ace your preparations, right, children? Of course, talking about that, Nandini is asking for the PDF of this session. Nandini, please check at a later time today, because the handwritten PDF itself will be available to you in the description box below. Right, children? So probably you can check a couple of hours after the session has happened and you will be able to click and download handwritten notes of this particular session. Okay, children? Right. So less is more when it comes to pricing. Vedantu has always believed in that. So children, without wasting any time, I would suggest visit the link in the description box below and in the pinned comment and apply the coupon code AMBPRO, because applying the coupon code is going to fetch you special discounts. What exactly is it like? A normal 1 month of subscription wherein for 30 days you get unlimited access to your science, maths, English, social science, everything, unlimited access. Along with the coupon code, you can avail it at just rupees 2,159. Yes. Isn't that amazing? Not per session, not per subjects, for all the subjects together for one full month. Yes, for a 3 month subscription, wherein I would personally suggest going for the 3 month subscription because it's going to reduce your price even further. A 3 month subscription right now in the month of December, because it completely makes sense, it will cost you 5,599 with the application of the same coupon code AMBPRO. Right, children? So now coming to going down and calculating the per session cost. A 1 month of subscription means you get access to approximately 200 live sessions, if not more. Good afternoon, children. Okay. And that would mean the per class price is coming down to 2,159 divided by 200, which is rupees 11 per session. Isn't that just wonderful? And for the 3 month subscription, 5,599 divided by 600, because 3 months it's going to be 600 sessions, if not more, as I said, and that is going to cost you just rupees 9 per session. Can you imagine? Because that's going to be even more reasonably priced than your favorite lace packet, than your favorite chocolate bar, as I always say, than my favorite Cadbury Dairy Milk bar. Yes, it's even more reasonably priced than that. So, children, Vedantu believes in giving you a mix of quality and making it reasonably priced. That is exactly why it's available to you at such amazing rates. Okay, children, definitely you have a lot to gain through these sessions. I would suggest go ahead for it and give it a shot because we totally believe in holistic learning. Certainly, it's going to complete your experience as a student. Right, children, now coming back to the fundamental unit of life. Before we move ahead, give me a quick high five. All the newcomers here, especially, give me a quick high five and then we'll move ahead. We're already midway into the session here. Good afternoon, Sukhpreet. Hello, Apurva. Proud to be a Vedan. Yes, nice to hear that. High five. Yes, Pratiksha, Kavya, Shami. Shami is not a newcomer. Apurva, okay. High five, children. Great going. So full of energy. And also, just in case you've not subscribed to the channel yet, thank you, Komal. Thank you so much. Just in case you've not subscribed to our channel yet, click on the subscribe button right now. Okay, children? This is just one of the different series and one of the different kinds of sessions that we have. I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss out on any of the fun that we have on this session. We learn with a lot of fun. We ensure that. So click on the subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. Okay, children? Right. Okay. So coming back into the chapter fundamental unit of life. Yes, so here we go, endoplasmic reticulum. Now, where exactly would you find the endoplasmic reticulum? If this is the cell and this is the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum would be found right outside the nucleus. I would suggest think about the endoplasmic reticulum like the PA, the personal assistant of the CEO's office, because he or she would be sitting right outside the CEO's office. Okay. You're welcome, Apurva. It's my pleasure, absolutely. So the most important thing to know, children, about endoplasmic reticulum, we call it ER, is that there are two kinds of ER. Smooth ER, which is SER, and rough ER, which is RER. Rough because it's got the presence of ribosomes. Okay, it's got ribosomes studded along its surface, and as a result of the presence of ribosomes, RER is going to be involved in protein synthesis, whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum is going to be involved in lipid or fat synthesis. Very, very, very important, children. The easiest way of remembering this is remember proteins, RER. I think ribosome, if you know, it's going to be protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SER, smooth. What gives your skin a smooth appearance? When you apply some kind of oil, maybe coconut oil or olive oil or baby oil or something, your skin feels very, very smooth to the touch. Smooth, fat. Yes, think about that. Lipids, oils, all of that gives that smooth appearance. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Yes. Thank you, Akanksha. I actually read that comment. I don't know why you removed it though. Never mind. Okay. SER also plays a role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs in the vertebrate liver cells, because liver is said to be a major area of detoxification. So children, this is about the endoplasmic reticulum. Now about the mitochondria. Mitochondria is a double membraned cell organelle, and it's got its own DNA and it has its own ribosomes. Now children, again, back to the life processes, respiration part of it. What is the role of mitochondria in cellular respiration? What happens in the mitochondria? Mitochondria is a favorite. Komal? Okay. What do you call the mitochondria? The powerhouse of the cell, right? Let me just write that here for you. Powerhouse of the cell. Yes, energy generation. Exactly. Powerhouse of the cell. Okay. Yes. So, as Akanksha and many others told me earlier, in the cytoplasm, glucose to pyruvate conversion occurs. Exactly, Akanksha. And then the pyruvate, under aerobic conditions, that is, in the presence of oxygen, the pyruvate would enter into the mitochondria. So, this is the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm. We have got the mitochondria here. Glucose to pyruvate conversion occurs in the cytoplasm. If there is the presence of oxygen, this pyruvate enters into the mitochondria. And inside the mitochondria, as all of you say, yes, absolutely, Harini, Atharva, Raghu, exactly. The pyruvate gets converted further to produce carbon dioxide and energy in the form of ATP. Hello, Simran. Okay. Yes, so that's about mitochondria. Compare it with the generator room. Okay, in our factory example, compare it with the generator room. Now coming to the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus looks like stacks of flattened membrane sacs. Most eukaryotic cells have this, and it consists of tubules, which are called cisternae, vesicles, and vacuoles. They are the major components of the Golgi apparatus. What are its major functions? Children, that's what you have to mainly know. Okay. Synthesis and secretion of enzymes, hormones, and so on happens in the Golgi apparatus. We can say packaging, transport, and all of this mainly happens in the Golgi apparatus. Okay, the courier department, the packaging department of the factory. Exactly, Arshi, Mayank, packaging. Yes, that is what the Golgi apparatus does. Now coming to the ribosome, of course, it is the site of protein synthesis, the main pantry of the factory, the pantry where there is, yes, the pantry where there is a coffee vending machine, there is a chai vending machine, and you can get access to some basic quick snacks. That is what a ribosome is, because protein synthesis happens there. Yes, so all about the ribosomes. Remember, children, ribosomes can either be free or they can be attached. Tell me, who here is going to tell me which part of the cell has ribosomes attached to its surface? Yes. Abhinandan is asking, ma'am, can you sing one song today? Can you? Okay, let's see if time permits. Okay. Endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Very well said, guys. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is rough basically because of the presence of ribosomes. Okay. Now coming to lysosomes. Lysosomes, of course, they are membranous sacs and they bud out of the Golgi body. Okay. Yes. So they are mainly important in when it comes to intracellular digestion, in destroying foreign substances, in intracellular digestion, as in it acts as a suicide bag of the cell as well. Okay, suicide bags of the cell. This, since my 9th standard, I remember lysosome being called the suicide bag of the cell has been one very, very exam favorite question when it comes to your midterm exams, when it comes to your unit tests. Most teachers like asking you, name the part of the cell known as suicide bag of the cell. And it is very much the lysosome. And why is it called the suicide bag of the cell? Not because it destroys foreign substances, but rather because it can destroy old or injured cells. It can digest the cell itself, like a suicide bomber would do. Right, children? Yes, that is why it's called the suicide bag of the cell. Then coming to plastids. Plastids, of course, are found only in plant cells and in some bacterial cells. Yes, exactly, Mukund. It bursts. So there are 3 different kinds of plastids. What are they? What are the different kinds of plastids? Tell me very quickly. Tell me very quickly, what are the 3 different kinds of plastids? Chloroplast, yes, Nikita. Then Atmahatya bag, says Siddhant, for lysosome. Yeah. Chromoplast, yes, Arshi. Chloroplast, Adya says chromoplast, yes. And what else? Leucoplast, yes, Vilas and everyone else. Absolutely. Leucoplast, chromoplast, and chloroplast are the three different kinds of plastids. So let me just write that here for you so that it might be easier for you. Leucoplasts, okay, leucoplasts, chloroplasts, and chromoplasts. Okay, so where exactly would photosynthesis happen? Which type of which type of plastid would be the site of photosynthesis? Yes, be very quick. Absolutely. Sanjita says chloroplast. Chloroplast is where photosynthesis occurs. Absolutely. Because it contains chlorophyll. So, yes, plastids form a very, very important part of plant cells especially. Now coming to centrosomes. Centrosomes again are exclusive to animal cells. Okay, children? And it plays a major role in cell division by initiating the process of spindle formation. Spindles are structures, thread-like structures, which are formed at the time of cell formation, and they help in separating out chromosomes. Okay, children? Yes, chromoplast gives colors. Absolutely right, Mukund. Yes, so that is about centrosomes. So this is what it's all about, the centrosomes, the arrangement of microtubules and centrosomes and all of those. Right, children? Just here for your information. Then, of course, the vacuoles. What can you compare vacuoles to? What role does the vacuole play inside a cell? Yes, storage sacks for solid or liquid content. Coming to our factory analogy, storeroom, says Sanjita, storeroom or the housekeeping department. Not the kitchen, it is mainly the storeroom or the housekeeping department. Okay. Yes. So this is what it is. Remember that in plant cells, it is very, very huge and filled with a lot of cell sap. And as a result, it gives a lot of turgidity to the plant cells, helps in maintaining the structure of the plant cells. In some cases, it may also contain certain pigments like anthocyanins and so on. Okay. Yes. Centrosomes are present in animals. Yes, of course. They are present only in animals rather. And of course, difference between plant cells and animal cells, just here summarized for your reference. Of course, that there are 10 differences mentioned here, children. You can go through them and whatever you can recall at the time of your exam, just go ahead and write that. Okay? Right. Covered by tonoplast. Yes, the vacuoles are covered by tonoplast. Absolutely. So these are the major differences between plant cells and animal cells. And also, children, remember to differentiate between prokaryote and eukaryote as well. Okay, that's also important for you to know. Remember, children, pro subscription is a very, very useful tool in helping you with your preparations. So remember to visit the link in the description box below and apply the coupon code AMBPRO, right, children? And no Menti quiz today, Parshwa, right? Parshwa, unfortunately, no. Okay. So yes, children, you can follow me on Instagram as well, Ambika_Vedantu, because even there we keep coming up with a lot of useful posts which can help you in a lot of ways. So if you're active on Instagram, definitely please start following me. Just search for Ambika_Vedantu. Okay, guys. Yes, and stay subscribed to this channel because as I always say, we will keep coming up with a lot of interesting posts for you. Motivational series, tips and tricks series, bio bite series, one shot series, and lot more. They will definitely help you boost your confidence when it comes to your exams. Right, children? Okay, so that's about it. And also click on the like button right now if you have enjoyed the session, and also to indicate that you want more and more of live sessions like these. As much as possible, we will try coming up with live sessions. I think that's what we do. Most of us teachers do come live as much as possible these days. May not be possible always, but click on the like button if you want more and more of these live sessions. Right, children? Okay. So thank you. Oh, one song says somebody. Okay. Okay, just two lines for you. Okay, two lines for you, which is a song from a Tamil movie. Okay, not Hindi today. Not Hindi today. Okay, later, Akanksha. Today I will go with a Tamil song for you guys. Chinna chinna ஆசை சிறகடிக்கும் ஆசை முத்து முத்து ஆசை முடிந்து வைத்த ஆசை வெண்ணிலவை தொட்டு முத்தமிட ஆசை என்ன இந்த பூமி सुट्री वर आसे दिल है छोटा सा छोटी सी आशा. Yes, children, that is for all of you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, children. So click on the like button if you have enjoyed the song also. Okay, that would be really, really great. And one like from my side also, one love for all of you from my side. Take care. Always remember, we are here for your academic needs, for all your support. Right, children? Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again in yet another amazing session. Stay happy, stay safe. Bye bye.